Are we live? I think I'm streaming live. Let me actually do this. If you're watching, hello, my name's Brianna. Let me just wait till I'm making sure Facebook is going live. And going from there, we'll also be live on Instagram. All right, I think I'm live. Let's see here. Hi, Instagram. I'm also on Facebook, so bear with me 1 second as I make sure that I go live on both places. All right, I am on live. Okay, so for those who don't know me, my name is Brianna Wilkerson. I'm a health coach, essential oils advocate, CrossFit Level 1 trainer, and just a lover of helping women be the healthiest version of themselves by overcoming dieting, that yo-yo cycle of taking care of yourself, not taking care of yourself, honoring their bodies and getting a healthy body they love and they're proud of. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about fear and how fear can hold you back from your health goals, will hold you and your health goals back. And it goes along with this week's podcast on the Healthy Body Podcast that is all about how fear holds you back from reaching your health goals. So if you're on Instagram watching the replay, just letting you know, I'm going to be focusing on the Facebook screen because you can't do both at one time. But if you're on Facebook or either on Instagram, let me know you're below in the comments. Would love to hear from you and would love to just interact with you throughout this time. So let me share this in my Facebook group as well. If you're not in it, you should join the Healthy Body community, which is my my private coaching Facebook group for anyone interested. And then I also have an oils Facebook group, Essential Oils for a Healthy Body, but this is more from a coaching point of view. So let's just talk about fear. Fear is an emotion I feel like I've been way more in touch with within the last whatever seasons of my life. In the last, I don't know, I think I've always been in touch that I've been afraid. We're all always afraid through different things. But I think fear is healthy. Fear is good. Fear is our body's way of letting us know there is an impending threat. Fear activates, it's an emotion that activates the fight or flight response or the sympathetic nervous system within our body that tells us either to fight or fly. But the issue is, if we're all honest, fear is, we are often too afraid about everything. Fear has become an emotional response that is easy to have. And actually, quite frankly, when your body is used to and your mind is used to responding to things out of fear, it becomes a normal thought pattern, a normal way of acting, a normal way of thinking and believing and feeling. And so we have to learn to be self-aware, to analyze how is fear showing up in our lives, and asking ourselves, okay, is this true? Is this not true? How can I shift that? And what is fear telling me? And what is fear holding me back from? I think often when it comes to our health goals, particularly if you've been trying so hard in your life to finally lose weight and manage your weight, to gain energy, to sleep well again, to manage your cravings, and even some more chronic health conditions like that. It could be those things that are actually caused by way more than you think, that we need to approach it from a root cause, a functional health approach. But whether it's, diabetes or insulin issues or memory issues or fog, all these things that many of us have endured for a long time, sometimes because of our own doing, sometimes not. And so what fear does, though, is if you're trying to break free of whatever you're dealing with, whether it's by trying a new program, whether it's by trying again, fear tells your body and your mind and your heart that it didn't work last time, or you might fall short this time, or it might work for a while and might not work anymore. And so fear tells your brain and your body and your mind, stop, don't even try. And what happens is you get held back. And every single day, I'm having to tell myself, I'm having to tell the clients I work with, I'm having to tell the people that I work with in my full-time nonprofit job, we can't let fear hold us back. And so 3 questions I mentioned in this week's podcast, episode 103 of the Healthy Body Podcast, which I just kind of go in. It's a very raw podcast, but I mentioned these 3 questions along the way. And 3 questions to help you fight fear is: 1, how is fear showing up in the 7 pillars of a healthy body that I talk about: your nutrition, your exercise, your stress, your sleep, your digestion, your toxic load, your mindset, habits. How is fear showing up? And then the second question is, I'm going to go through an example of this. The second question is, how's that going for you? Like, how's that going for you? Is fear helping you, or is it harming you? Is it pushing you back, or is it pushing you forward? Because fear is not always a bad thing. It is how we perceive it and how we allow it to control us versus controlling it. And the third thing is, what are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit in that fear, or are you going to actually break free of it? So for example, I am talking about the Whole30 program right now, because the early bird for this 6-week program that I'm running, only run live once a year, ends Wednesday. And the Whole30 is a program that requires quite a bit of a change for only 30 days, because the whole point of it is supposed to reset your cravings, your body, and actually teach you how food and all these 7 areas impact your unique body. But often when people see it, they are like, there's no way I can do that. And there's no way that I should even attempt to do that if I can't succeed. But in reality, you're right. It's a hard thing to do. And I just finished my last Whole30 a week ago. It was like my 10th Whole30. Was it perfect? No. Was it worth it? Yes. And why I say this in this moment is because I think sometimes the things that are challenging but could be the best things for us, we let fear win. We let fear just grab us and we stay stuck. And I'm here to say, like, the Whole30 it's not like any of the other health coaching programs I do that require small changes. I'm all about small changes along the way. This one requires a short-term change, but let me tell you the breakthrough you will feel and experience. You'll be able to know that just because you're craving something that may not or may not be good for you, you don't have to give in to that craving. You may be able to feel like, wow, I'm sleeping well and I'm waking up without an alarm clock. And man, I don't need to have as much caffeine throughout the day. Oh, wow, my clothes feel looser. I don't struggle with, that serious digestive stuff anymore. It's less, or maybe it's gone. Oh, wow, my insulin levels are regulated. Maybe change of eating and all these other areas are the key to me finally finding freedom. Or, maybe you're training for some sort of fitness thing and you're like, wow, I feel full and I feel nourished. Or maybe you want to eat healthy and prepare meals, but you're like, I have no idea how to do that in a way that's life-giving, is fun, is easy and joyful. But maybe you come away from this 30 days and say, wow, things could be different. I approach every time I do something that is scary, I approach it with the question, what if? And not what if, I love this quote, not what if I fail or fall, but what if I fly? And what if I succeed? It is more of what we call a growth mindset versus fixed mindset. And I talk about this and more in this week's podcast. So I definitely encourage you to listen to it. But I just want to, encourage you to ask yourself those 3 questions, whether you're on live with me or watching the replay. Where is fear showing up in the areas of stress, sleep, digestion, toxic load, mindset, habits, nutrition, and exercise? And what is it doing to you in your life? And then if it's not positive, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to change it? And I mentioned in my podcast, I have tons of ways to help you. The Whole30 is the most immediate because it's going to be one of the best programs to just help you restart and reboot. 6-week program, early bird price for the group, 6 weeks of training, coaching, private group, resources, only $197 up until Wednesday night. One-on-one with 3 coaching sessions, plus all that, one-on-one sessions is $397, and the price increase. That's one way. Or maybe you're like, Brie, I just want one-on-one coaching. I need support, but I don't really feel like the Whole30 is the right time. That's an honest response. Book a discovery call. madewell345.com/discovery call, and we could talk about how my one-on-one programs can help. Or maybe you're like, well, actually, I think the third way was if you just want some support and simple tips, do my free Healthy Body Challenge. It guides you through all 7 of the areas I talk about in a short, simple way. But I'm going to challenge you to get support if you know that it's time. If you know that this fall, you're ready to beat this fear and walk in courage and bravery and confidence, join me in the Whole30 or book a one-on-one call. The Whole30 is an amazing program where, yeah, you're going to eliminate certain foods, and there's different levels, so don't let that freak you. You eliminate certain foods, but what you add in is way better than what you eliminate, because those foods you add in are going to nourish you, make you feel full, make you feel satisfied, and they're going to help you see how food impacts your body. And then we look at all these other areas I talk about: stress, sleep, digestion, all those, and what's small things you can tweak in there. And so if you are like fear, you can shut the door, because I'm done with you. Join my Whole30 program or book a one-on-one call and we can see what works. But I really encourage you. I think the Whole30 is great. That's why I do it twice a year. It's a great reset. So if you go to madewell345.com/whole30 made easy, you'll see everything about the Whole30 program there. If you're an alumni, you've done it with me before, you have a special price. It's even half off. It's 80% off versus 30% off. I think, I don't know, that might be wrong math. So let me know if you are an alumni that's done it with me before. Check it out. I'm just here to say it's one of the best things you can do for your body and your health, and how you can kick fear in the butt. So that's it for me. I would love to hear from you if this resonated with you, if you have any questions, any experiences of like how answering those 3 questions I mentioned. Share the answers with me in the comments of the Instagram live, of the Facebook live, of the YouTube, whatever it is. And I would love to just support you in that. But take action. I'm going to link, well, for IG, you can check out my IG bio link, which has the Whole30 Made Easy link. And then I'm going to link it below here in the comments. So that's it from me, friends. I encourage you, let's kick fear in the butt. Let's move forward. Listen to the podcast, but check out the program. Okay, I'll talk to you all later.